Back, I'm Gertie Rude. Back again, that Tuesday mood. I think it's Tuesday. It seems to have been Tuesday all day. Anyway, I thought I'd walk into the lion's den, like the bleeding cretin that I am, and do a reaction video to this chap here. I think everybody who's anybody knows who this chap is. It's the Markle's brother, or half-brother, or step-brother, or whatever. Brother, family, blood. And I thought I'd just have a look at his video, because I was watching it and it sort of threw up quite a lot of ideas into my head. And it also, well, it tells its own story, but it also reminds me of certain other male YouTubers. And I'm not only talking about the specific ones that if you know me, you know I might be referring to. If you look a bit deeper on YouTube, there actually is a genre of angry middle-aged men, and sometimes they're older than middle-aged. They're sort of the other side of middle-aged men. And as I say, it has become quite a genre. And I'm not sure if poor old Tom Markle here isn't actually joining that genre. So what we'll do is, I've been told off for talking too much, even though it's a reaction video. The idea of the reaction video is I react to it out loud in a way that if I was on my own in here, in my house on my own, say, and I'm watching a video, I wouldn't vocalise what I'm thinking, but basically that is what I'm thinking. So instead of just thinking it to myself, I vocalise it and share it with you. That's a reaction video. So we'll jump in and see what Tom's been doing.
I saw one person waiting. So
hello, Tom. Tell Auntie Girl. What's going on, please? What's happening? Oh, yes?
And,
yes?
you know, I seriously didn't want to disappoint, because
right.
when I said I was coming back,
yes,
and I had a lot to talk about.
You have? He has.
I got a lot to talk about.
He has. I'm warning you. He's got lots. Go on, go.
Let's see. Welcome to the live chat.
Go on.
Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
He's abiding by community guidelines.
All right. Well.
For a minute.
Okay. There's two. Off to a good start. We got two.
Right. Got two.
Word in town. What's
just
happening?
Yourself.
There's Kat.
Right.
She's really not that far from me. By the way, Kat.
Oh, lucky
yes.
Kat.
Kat and Phil.
Did you get me?
Here we go.
Right.
Well, fucking A. Here we go.
Right.
I told you guys.
Right, bruv.
This is going to be epic.
It's going to be epic.
Almost every day.
If you're familiar to British culture, especially working class culture, I am imagining myself in Spoons, and there's nowhere to sit but one seat, sort of in the vicinity of Youngblood here. Have you seen Youngblood on TikTok? Anyway, that's a different story. Yeah, but just say only seat that's available in your Spoons, right? And I've got my coffee, what you get out of the machine, and it's like dishwater. One of them, and you sit down, and then this starts, because Spoons is notorious for having men on the doorstep at 7 in the morning. And basically by midday they're in this state. Let's just be polite and say that. So that's what I'm imagining as I'm going to play this to you. I'm in Spoons, only seat, I've got is opposite him, and now we're going to go for it. Right, come on, Tom. Tell Auntie Gert, what's going on, bruv?
Hey, I mean, seriously.
Go on, geez.
It's going to be good.
It is.
Mr. Binks, the cat. Hey, yeah, free speech. What's happening?
Oh.
CJ, morning.
Okay. Right. Ah, pint of voddy.
Colleen.
Always goes down so well.
New Zealand. Not too far from there either.
Oh, lucky you in New Zealand.
Ruby Lynn. Oh, yeah, good evening.
Hello. Right.
You're being a tease, Thomas. All right. Not being a tease. Here, look. There's the nipple.
Oh,
not
right.
being a tease, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for that.
Come on, guys. I'm seriously not being a tease.
It's not being a
Okay,
tease.
you take a little bit of time off, but seriously, the time off?
Women all over the world's ovaries have just dissolved as she said that. But he has got his fans. Obviously, there's a lot of ladies out there that find him quite, Right, let's go.
This camera a little bit so I don't have to look up.
Yeah, let's talk to Auntie Gert.
Seriously, the time off?
Yeah?
Was actually an amazing reflection, because
get plastered on the go grift.
I'm just going to have to just say it out loud.
Go on.
I think the best part about it was...
Yes? Everything? Get pissed up.
I guess I can say it. The best part about it was, like...
Yeah? Is?
I'm just going to say it.
Go on then.
Meghan's triumphant return to the internet, return to social media. Like, nobody's looking. Except for me.
Right.
Well, they're little fucking liver biscuits, bitch, Meghan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
What's he, Vicar?
Your brother's on your fucking tail.
Right.
And he's never, ever gonna stop riding those nasty ass, disgusting stained coattails from whatever yacht they fucking came from.
Oh.
I'm gonna be riding them things.
Can I just stop you? Can I just stop? I'm just gonna stop you, Tom, because I do love you. You know I love you. We're not going to talk about that restraining order now, are we, Tom? You know, you remember me, it's Gertie. Not Bertie, Gertie. Who are you actually talking about? Because I've lost the plot. I mean, I never had the plot, to be fair. When they were handing out plots, I thought they said plots. Lots of plots. So, no, I don't have a plot. So, who are you actually talking about? Because I'm lost. And when I'm lost, I'm a bit like your sister. I go wandering around in car parks. Go on, and in the middle of motorways. Go on, girl.
Isn't it wonderful, though?
All right, kid.
I did notice a few things on the internet lately.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why I just had to, like, come out and say hello to everybody, because I did notice that
hello.
There's quite a few people out there who are obviously on the payroll.
Oh.
Paid PR payroll.
Oh.
Doing these ridiculous things on Instagram, X, and fucking...
they're on the payroll.
TikTok.
It seems to be a theme, because I've actually had it in writing quite a few times, about 11 times now, that certain people that have been harassing me for, I think we're getting on for 10 months, yeah, just over 10 months, are absolutely convinced that I'm on the payroll and somebody else is on the payroll, we're all on the payroll. So what basically people like this do is, if anybody's got a different opinion, they must be accepting money for it. So that lets you think where his mind is. And it does go a bit deeper into it in a minute. I mean, obviously he's American. Americans are all into that make money and make good. And bugger how you do it, no one cares. Step over people, doesn't matter. You've got a right to actualise and make good. And what is it? Live the dream. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Living the American dream. Do you get me? Where in Britain, you sort of have to stay in your lane. You know, if you're working class, you stay in that working class lane. So, and the first people to pull you down when you do try and get out of the working class lane are other working class people. But there you go. Obviously, no one listens to them, but if they did, that's what happens. So I'm just wondering, who are you talking to? And also, why are you absolutely convinced that everybody that might have a counter opinion or something less than a sort of blowing smoke up your arse opinion is on the payroll of somebody? Maybe we're just forming our own opinions. There you go, off the top of my head. Anyway, I'm going to the bar. Do you want another... Shall I fill it up? Do you want another drink, geese? You do? All right, let's go.
TikTok, yeah.
Flip-flop.
About all these people that are obviously paid...
Right.
...by the shit stain and her husband, the other shit stain.
Right.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Obviously paid.
Oh, the king's son.
Gosh,
right, got you.
Could somebody please tell me
that
what
shit's
Meghan Markle did? Why does she get so much bad PR? Right. What? Can someone please just clue me in on what she did?
Right. Yes.
What do these people do? Just crawl out from underneath a fucking...
I'm not saying anything, but can you imagine inviting a man like this, in this mindset, to some swanky do, and you're just fretting all day because you know that he goes one over the yard on? Do you get me? And then this starts happening. So embarrassing. We've all got members of the family like that. You usually put them in the corner, don't you? Behind a pot plant. The bigger the pot plant, the better. And you spend all day just pleading with them not to go over the top. But it's 11 o'clock in the morning and here we all are.
Let's go. Sewer? What do you mean, what did she do?
What did she do?
Do your homework.
What homework?
Try to cash that bouncing check.
Oh.
You'll find out what she did.
Oh.
You know? It's just so...
When you talk about bouncing checks, now off the top of my head, you know that bouncing check that bounced right its way from the great largesse of the great Lady C of Carlisle, Argyle, and much of Lake Windermere, I have you know, my man. Yes, said did you a bouncy check bounce. It didn't bounce like that, but it just bounced across the ocean into your bouncy bank account. And is that the money we're talking about? Because it seems like it's okay for you guys to sort of have a little, you know, and it's not okay for other people. Like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about the Markle. It doesn't matter. I always take the piss out of her. And one of my... actually, the first video I ever did that sort of went viral was sticking up for your dad. Sticking up for your dad. I didn't even know you existed. Sticking up for your dad and your sister, who I knew was in a wheelchair. And I think that was back 3 or 4 years ago. Right, let's go.
Freaking pathetic. And the one thing that really got to me, guys...
Go on.
...was this Uvalde bullshit 2.0. Like...
Yeah.
I'm gonna go tour the fire damage.
Talking about Vivaldi, when I get you another beer, do you want a shot? Do you get me, capiche? I'll get you a shot. There you go.
I mean,
I'll cheer you up.
when I saw that, and I saw that,
Go on.
back grid and all those fucking dickhead fucking photographers.
Yeah, well, we knew all that
have
anyway.
no life.
Wow, we're not stupid.
And they just sucked the fucking air out of Meghan's ass.
Did they?
To get a fucking photo?
They
Come
did.
on, guys.
Right.
It's all staged, all set up,
Right.
all bullshit.
We knew that.
For the comeback.
We knew that at the time. We know that now. And in the intervening period, you have filled that gulf with your theories of it, which we knew at the time and know now and knew at the time that you were filling the gulf. And talking about filling gulfs, he's definitely one of them that Gin and Skins would say, just stay in bed, darling. Don't get up. If you start on the translucent fluids and liquors, do not get out of bed because you're going to be a liability to yourself and others around you for the foreseeable future. Go.
Back. What comeback?
Who's come back?
What, you think people... Sorry.
I'll tell you what, for his age as well, those tattoos are quite recent. If you look at them. If you think of his age, he had them back in his heyday. They'd be quite faded by now and they look quite recent. I know, just an observation. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Or does it? Does it? I don't know what it does mean. I don't care either. Right, get on with it, come on. Yeah.
It's the difference in altitude in my
bongs,
location.
mate. That's
I'm
what you
still
need to
getting
do.
used to it. Yeah.
Put that bong down.
But seriously,
Right, bongo,
do you
bongo
think
bongs.
for 1 minute
Yes?
that you show up
Go
to
on.
a burned down neighborhood,
Yes.
you know,
She did do that.
people are going to like you again? Because,
No.
sorry, there was some nasty shit on the plane. I'm still getting over it. Yes, honestly, yeah, but
Yeah,
I'll be
right.
all right. The
Nasty
first thing
shit
I
on the
saw
plane?
was,
Go on.
I'm just going to give a shout out right now to the Dash Tig
Right.
on Instagram
Okay.
and
Go on.
TikTok. The Tig, man, you're on fire and you do not hold back, and praise and goodness to you, because the Tig, not Meghan's Tig, the Tig that just like does the same stuff that I do.
Right.
She slowed that video down.
Oh, it's a
right?
she.
She slowed it down
Yes.
like frame by frame.
Right.
Lo and behold, Meghan's heartfelt one tear, left eye, up your ass, caught that photo. She slowed that photo. She slowed that video down frame by frame, and bam, there's Meghan's eyeball. Are they looking? Are they looking? Do they feel sorry for me?
No.
Seriously.
Yeah, so we've done that. We know she does that. I don't know why you're going over it, but let's move on a bit. Come on.
Because I can.
Right, okay. You can.
Okay, let me try and catch up with some of these comments, because I know everybody misses me and I miss you guys so much,
right.
but you know what?
You do.
It's going to be good.
It's
gonna
great.
be good.
It's fabulous.
Yes, it's a big deal for you. Ginger.
Oh, it's Ginger Grutius. Ginger Grutius. Right, let's move on from
Gratuitous.
Ginger. She gets her name wrong. World famous
The fucking
commentator.
Duchess of Mana shit show
Go on.
are out there for photo ops.
Right.
On your fucking dime
Yeah.
and your
Who's
and
time?
your
Who's time?
your misfortune and
Who's
your
time?
loss.
So where are you now on and whose time are you on? We don't know where you are, because, like, to be fair, I don't care where you are. In my imagination, you're sat in Spoons up the road. Do you get me? Capiche? But on whose dime are you where you are. So don't be sat on there saying about money, this, that and the other, on your dime, she's done this, she's done that. You're no different, mate. Take a long look at yourself, geez. That's what I do. And anyway, drink up.
She's out there profiting,
God,
trying to portray this picture of a fucking person
right?
Who doesn't give a flying fuck about anything but herself.
Yeah.
And how she looks in it.
The thing is, he just sounds bitter and twisted, doesn't he? So we've all got a family member that we don't get on with. I wouldn't go on live and talk about it, though. Did he do this live? Yeah, it was Thomas Markle and Friends live. Yeah, so, yeah, it was live. I wouldn't even go and record it and talk about it. Do you get me? Because when it all comes to it, family's family, and no matter who or what they are, it still reflects on you. Doesn't it, or does it not? Especially when you sit there and you mouth them across the globe, like, all the time. It's just crazy. The best thing you can do is actually develop your own talent, develop your own style, and not mention your sister. There's so much strength. And I might also add violence of a peculiarly legal type. Yeah, in just silence. Just silence. Don't say anything. Get on with your own life. Do your own shit. Create your own content. Don't mention it. Just don't mention her. Because you just make yourself and your family look really bad. And trust me, if you too, it gets worse.
Picture. And again, I'm going to say it. The TIG, thank you so much.
Right.
For slowing that video down.
Right.
And you see Meghan's big old greedy dollar sign
people
eyeball.
on YouTube did it too.
Underneath her LA hat.
Oh.
Making sure the
And
cameras.
there's another bit of advice as well. If you're going to get on a live and you're going to start bad-mouthing your family, probably best to do it sober, Tom. Do you get me, capiche?
We're looking at her. That is disgusting.
Boring now. Boring.
And that right there proves time and time again, over and over, 10,000 times over,
right,
of exactly who she is.
Right.
So,
yeah, she's a Duchess
all
of
you
Sussex.
pinhead moron Sussex Squad flying piece of shit,
right,
monkey stain, whatever the fuck you are, Sussex Squad people,
right,
who get paid to put out this paid PR shit, trying to rebuild Meghan's reputation.
Yeah, they've pretty much been put to bed. Tom, keep up, mate. You're out the programme here, aren't you? I do quite a bit of raising awareness for people estranged from their families. I did do a lot, but when I got attacked by the whatever they're called, the cyber weirdos and freaks, last year, I put a lot of my stuff into private. But I did actually, as well as the child abuse and the survivors of child abuse and the whole area of the survivors of child abuse, child exploitation, child trafficking, I also did the people estranged from their families. I did quite a few videos about that, discussing problems around that sort of situation, and also obviously putting my world experience, maybe. I'm not going to say wisdom, because I mean, have you seen me? I'm as thick as Vince, mate. But just putting my quizzical eye on things and my narrative, and sometimes trying to put another perspective which people don't get on a one-dimensional screen. You got this woman who's estranged from her daughter, right? If you know the channel, you know the channel, and she's always on there moaning about her bleeding daughter. So you get this other woman, is it live abuse free? Who I'm sorry. If you like her, you like her. Yeah, I'm entitled to my opinion. I can't with her. Sure, she's a lovely woman, but it's just something. So I got drawn into doing this reaction videos between the two of these women. That was like putting two cats in a sack. It was, and tying the sack shut. It was hard work. And I think I'm getting in with this. I think this is what's happening here, you see. And what we need is Meghan to come out now and give me an interview, or just do a face to camera, so we can compare and contrast. That would be great, wouldn't it? I think I might email her. What shall I do? Because if I do a reaction, I'm probably being paid by her, according to him. Do you know, I mean, I should live in a mansion, the amount of people that are purportedly and allegedly paying me at the moment.
From the bottom of the fucking sewer?
Right, okay.
It's not going to happen. Meghan will always going to remain at the bottom of the sewer. With the big floaties. You know, the big turds that float that sink to the bottom?
Tom. You're older than her. You're wiser than her. You're more experienced than her. What I get out of you, I know you were from the first marriage. I think you were brought up in a suburbia, Midtown America, whereas she was a product of Los Angeles, wasn't she? The all singing, all dancing, fake as shit. But everybody is there. They all air kiss each other, don't they? And all love each other and all that. And it hasn't got them very far, has it? Do you get me? Capiche? You've got the Me Too movement. Now you've got the whole place burned down. So you're in two different zones. Your sister, you're probably brought up in the 80s. Were you born in the 60s or 70s? Brought up in the 70s? A young man in the 80s? Yeah. Totally different personality. Totally different mindset. Different age range. Different everything. Different outlook on life. Whereas she was born, I think she was born about 1977. I make her 46, 47. I think she's between the age of 46 and 48. I don't care how much they tell me. She's born in 1980 and all this. Don't stop. Don't, insult my intelligence. Okay? I know that woman, okay, is not 42. Because if she's 42, I'm a ballerina. Do you get me? Even taking into considering all the pimps and tucks and this lifted and that lifted, you can still see she's between 46 and probably 49 with pimps and tucks and lifts. That's what I see. And I wish people would stop trying to insult my intelligence. I know what I'm looking at, and I know when the first time I saw her, I was how was she when she was supposed to be 30-something when she married him. But to me, she looked every day of 40. I mean, good for it. But a lot of women nowadays, 40, do look like they're 30-something. And she looked 42 sort of thing then. You get me? So, she was still, even so, brought up in a different era, but brought up different way, in a different background. I mean, her dad was working full-time and she was being left here, there and everywhere. And then I think she was dropped off at the studios. I mean, you can say, oh yeah, well, she was dropped off at the studios after school. She was entering into her father's world. When as a little girl, she was in her own world. It should have been her own world. You go to school, you go home, your mum's there, your dad says, somebody's there for you when you come in. You do your homework. You probably watch whatever it is those kids watch in America. I don't know, what is it you watch, Sesame Street, the kids or something? I don't know. You know, the after-school children's TV channels that were around in them days. And probably as she got older, a bit of MTV or something after she did her homework. Sat down, had dinner, normal sort of life is what you expect as a little kid. But she's not a product of that. She's a product of being dropped here, dropped there, picked up by this mum, kept at a friend's house. Sometimes her dad would get a taxi and send her to the studio. She'd be there till late in the afternoon, late in the evening, while her dad finished up working. And she was running around at the back of the thing playing with her friends, this, that and the other. Apparently she was the oldest. I don't know where I've heard that. One of the interviews, she said she was like running around with the younger kids at the back. So there's quite a few kids. But when all's said and done, the kid didn't ask to be born into that situation. You know, we are looking at it from our perspective. Oh, well, he worked in Hollywood. That must have been amazing. No, not really. It's just Dad's work. There's probably many a day she would have liked to have just gone home and laid on her bed and probably listened to Boys Own, or whatever it is. Was it New Kids on the Block back then, wasn't it? New Kids on the Block or something like that. Do you get me? Oh, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. And you're not helping anybody getting on here half-cut, shouting your mouth off. And he comes out with a lot of other stuff in a minute. Wait for it.
She's underneath those.
Right.
And she's always going to be there.
Right.
So, no matter what she pays you, or what she
twisted.
tells you, including you shitbag magazines,
Right.
The Sun, the fucking bunch of fucking dirtbags that you are, the Sun,
Right.
the Inquirer,
Yes.
the fucking Mirror,
Yes.
all you guys,
Okay.
fucking get paid
Right.
to
what?
print stories
Yes.
of whatever she says.
They're a business.
Us Magazine, OK Magazine,
You Magazine.
Vanity, People.
I don't care,
Man.
magazine. Hello,
You guys
goodbye.
are all on the wrong fucking side of this shit.
Right.
The wrong side.
Okay.
But, you know,
He's
money.
definitely in spoons,
It's all
isn't he?
about money. And that's all you guys
He's
care
definitely in spoons. Come on, British ladies, you know, and I'm telling you, he looks like one of the guys in Spoons with all the mannerisms and all the gob shouting and everything. Yeah, we're definitely in spoons with Tom, aren't we? Come on, Tom.
about. Which is fine.
What's the matter, kidder?
Because YouTube is free.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't make money off YouTube.
You don't.
I just do this because
But that's down to you,
I
darling.
enjoy it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And you guys can obviously see, I'm fired up. I'm fucking ready to go.
As an American, you know, it'd be far better if he did do it for money The fact he sits on there vitriolically and spitefully, I might say, and maliciously, and a lot of his stuff on Instagram, which I took the trouble to have a little peruse, it's kind of like icky and uncomfortable, and that is my opinion, and I think I'm allowed to have an opinion. Last time I looked, I was allowed an opinion, but I'm probably going to get slaughtered to death with this. And do you know what? I really don't care. Somebody needs to say it. I know there's a few channels that have been speaking out, but you do need to shut up, Tom. You know, you're not bringing anything to the table. Everything that could possibly have been said has been said. Your sister, the Car Markle, she's still going to be wandering around making a twat of herself for many years to come. Probably long after I'm dead. Okay? The best thing you can do is center yourself back into yourself. Okay? Get all your bleeding chakras aligned and just look after yourself and your dad, which you keep saying is your priority. Yeah? You just seem to be bitter and twisted and eaten up. You've been given a chance, as I say, by the largesse of Lady C, because she was the only one with the clout that could have made that happen, what happened. And if you know what I'm referring to, you two viewers, then you know what I'm referring to. But wherever he is in the world, let's say he's not in Mexico anymore. Let's just say that. So there's that. Him and his dad are doing okay, you know? And he also alludes in a minute to people that have said, I think he was talking about people that have come forward to sort of bounce ideas and making a documentary and making a tell-all interview or maybe a tell-all book or something or other, then pull out. And of course, he sees that as them being in the pay of the Markles. Oh, well, in pay, not the Markles, the Sussexes. Yeah. Oh, well, you're being paid by them, blah, blah, blah. No, because probably when they approached you and got to know you a bit and you act like this, they're going to pull out, aren't they? You've got to get your business head back on. You just got to stop.
Oh, I'm going to make some videos like nobody's ever seen before.
Thank God for that. Right. Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Should I get to some comments? I don't know.
No. Have another drink, please.
It's just bizarre, but...
Have another drink.
I did my little video a little while ago,
right.
And now I did this video here.
Yes.
And just to let everybody know.
Yes.
It's on.
Oh, it's
on.
Oh, it's on. I thought it was off.
Still.
Is it off?
Just so everybody knows.
Yes.
And
it's on.
Any of the sugars that are watching.
Right.
Which there's always sugars watching.
Right, and sugar does watch things, does it?
You guys can all suck a fucking goddamn rock.
Oh.
Wait. Replace the R with a C. Oh. You know what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's just disgusting.
I think that might be your motivation somewhere along the line, darling.
The woman walks around.
Yes.
She's already fucking blown Harry off.
Yes.
There is no way in the world that she can survive without Harry's name, and she knows it. That right there is embarrassing in itself.
Yeah. Well, shall I be a bitch, Thomas? Shall I be a bitch? You're sat there because you're a Markle, mate. The only reason you got people listening to your drunken tirade is because you're a Markle. So you can't, takes one to know one.
Would never, ever want to ride. Never in a million years. Absolutely a big fat fucking zero without Harry.
Nada.
Other than that,
zip.
You're a blow fucking hard queen on a yacht somewhere on a failed fucking Netflix show
queen.
or a cable show called Sluts. Oh no, Suits. Sorry.
Right. Okay. So slut shaming to start with. Yeah, she's the Markle. Yes, we know what she is. We all know that. But ladies, she's still a female. Okay, you don't slut shame her. At least she had the good sense to charge for it. So there's a lot of women that just go around willy-nilly, don't they? And I've always said that. Whenever anybody said, "Oh, well, she does this," I've always said, "Well, at least she's got the good sense to charge for it." You think of how many women just get on with their lives and don't even fancy the bloke they're with, but you just have to put up with it. That's life, She's got the good sense to make a couple of quid whilst laying on her bleeding back. Good luck to her. That isn't the problem. We don't have a problem with that. We don't care. Let her be a yacht girl. Let her blow off Harry. Let her be, was it the Lady and the Tramp or whatever? It's the Prince and the Tramp with this one, isn't it, really? To be fair, let's have it right. It is. But you can't keep slut-shaming her. You know, we already know what she is. But that isn't her only problem. There's many a tart with a heart, you know, that took off her fur coat and gave it to some homeless lady in a doorway. Do you get me? That it doesn't really matter what she does for a living or who she sleeps with or how... No, there's no sleeping, no sleeping, is there, darlings? No sleeping. But who she lies down with, let's put it that way, or chooses to lie down with, make a couple of quid out of it, is her bleeding business. That isn't the problem with her. That isn't the problem anybody's got with her. Or am I talking for myself? I'm not like a judgmental person. I don't really care about how people, if they want to do that, let them do it. As long as everybody's consenting, you know, and you make a couple of quid. And the way I think of it, you're doing all the rest of the women in the world a favour because you're keeping him quiet for a couple of minutes, aren't you? And getting a couple of quid for yourself. Yeah? You're keeping him off the bleeding streets and being annoying to some other woman that probably doesn't want his attention. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about John's. Do you get me? You know? So if a woman wants to make her business out of John's, let her do it. It's not her business. And to slut-shame your own sister is pretty below the belt. Especially when, like, you're sat there on the largesse of, I'm going to say again, yeah, you know, somebody that didn't go griff me for you. Go on. Mate.
And the only person in the world you have to thank for your advancement in life is my father. And you treat him like he's a piece of shit, but stuck to the bottom of your fucking TJ
right, okay,
Maxx
so
fucking
stop
sand.
you here again, estranged people, estranged from their parents, okay? Like, you are fully entitled to have your opinion, yeah? And quite rightly, you've got a right to have an opinion on how a sibling treats your father. But your relationship with your father is independent of your sibling's relationship with the same man that is also their father. And kind of their relationship is their relationship. Your relationship with your parent is your relationship with your parent. That is the best you can take of it from such a dysfunctional setup, where you have got like a new wife and stepchildren and all this, that and the other. If you were a happy, always there nuclear family that mum and dad met and had children and blah 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 blah, you've got a slightly different dynamic going on there. But with the dynamic we've got going on here, it's already set up for sort of tension and watching for, oh, you favourитise them more than me, and when I was your age I never got that. Look at the way you're getting treated, without taking into account that not only have you got older, but your parents got older. So, and their life's changed, and probably they were young when they were bringing you up and didn't have the money to splash out as much as when they made their career, had a second family and a second child from that family, and had more time and wealth and wisdom to give that child. Do you see what I mean? So in that way, you have a different relationship with that parent. And then, as I say, you went home to your mum, and Meghan went home to nobody. You see? And I'm not going to sit here and defend Meghan Markle the adult. But what I will sit and defend is Meghan Markle the child, or any child that's a latchkey kid. Okay? And we've got to... I mean, supposing Dad was working in the laundry at a hospital, say, or maybe worked in the catering department of a big store or multinational company. It's the same thing, and you've got to be dropped there at a taxi after school and just hang around at his workplace until he's ready to take you home. As I say, but he's working as a janitor in like a university, something like that, yeah, or a big government body. And you're dropped there every day and you've just got to hang around and wait for your dad. It doesn't matter whether he's working as a janitor, a lighting director or a caterer, does it? You're still a little kid that didn't ask to be born, that's now born into this situation. When all your friends go home to their mum or their dad at home, yeah, and you've got to hang around out the back waiting for your dad to finish work every school night. I've seen her photographs as a child. I know enough about children that are being, I'm not saying troubled like that, but something wasn't right. You can see it in her eyes. You can see in her eyes she's disturbed to shit as a kid. And that could have come out of trauma. I mean, you've spoken yourself about hearing them arguing. You heard Dorito and your dad arguing. You've also talked about your dad using substances that you remember. Just because Meghan can't remember it, she was actually evolving in that situation. She was a toddler, she was a baby. Okay? That will leave you with those, what I've always called disturbed eyes. Any of you that don't believe me, go and look at her. Just Google Meghan Markle's child. Look at her eyes, and you can see the lights are on, but there's nobody home because kids shut down when they're traumatised as a kid. So something's going on here, and it carried on. And it's no good you painting it as like you were like the Von Trapp family. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Wasn't like that at all. We all know that. There's too much out there. You've all put too much out there. And you can't sort of grab it all, take it back and put it in the bag and sort of reappear with another fantasy. We all know. We get it. We've got it. We've got you. We know. Doesn't excuse the way your sister behaves now. But it doesn't excuse the way you behave either.
No.
Or doesn't explain the way you behave.
Disgusting.
And shut up, and even if it did, you're not helping it, you're not bringing anything to the table, you're supposed to be an adult, you're supposed to be the big brother, act like a big brother, talk like a big brother, walk like a big brother. It's happened, it's over, it's done. She's probably never going to listen to you again, let alone bleed talk to you. You know, and you're not making anything any better. And you say, oh, you about your dad, this, that and the other. Do you think your dad wants to hear you talking like this about your sister? I think as he's got older and more reliant on the small circle of people, which includes you, as he moves towards the end of his life, he's probably had to listen to a lot of this. And it must, I suppose he's just put a front up. And a little bit of him died like years ago. Yeah? And it doesn't help to be talking about his daughter the way you talk about his daughter and then say you love your dad. That's all I'm saying. I've been there. I do know we've all got this going on. We've all got this. I've had to smile and laugh many a time. You know, with people in my past that thought their kids were amazing when I actually thought they were just twats. Do you get me? You know, you can't keep going, especially to do it on a world stage, constantly. It seems like it's your only content. I mean, you've got other talent, surely, or is your only content you've got like your sister? That's all I'm saying.
Disgusting.
Right.
So you go around and you just keep handing out fucking green apples and your fake tears and shit like that. You know, go for it. You know?
What she's gonna do?
Because pretty much the consensus says,
right?
Nobody cares.
Oh. Well,
nobody cares.
But you seem to care because, as I just said, it seems to be your only content. Some of your parodies that you've done of your sister have just, they've been really cringy. I've got to tell you, Tom. I've got to tell you, mate. I'll be honest. It's not a good look when a man does this to a woman. It's not a good look. I take the piss out of men, yeah, I'm allowed to. But it's not a good look when a man debases a woman. Especially when that woman is your sister. No matter how tenuously she happens to be your sister. She's still got blood. She's still sort of family. And even if you don't love her, you love your dad who loves her. So, best sort of zip it, button it, get on, create your own content. Where are you in the world? Do some travel vlogs. Do some food vlogs. We all love a food vlog. Do some food vlogging. Just do anything than this. It's so gutter snipey. It's basically a soap opera script without actually having the opera bit. Go.
Oh, you can pay for all these followers. You can pay for all these likes.
Oh, you don't know she does that.
On your newly revamped Meghan Instagram, because soon you find out, as soon as there's a fucking disaster somewhere, you drop that shit, you fucking grab Harry by his fucking short hair ball sack,
right?
Pull him over like he's a little bitch on a chain,
yes,
like you've been doing his whole life,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You pull him back. Oh, Harry, look, PR. Call fucking Backgrid. Take some fucking pictures.
Okay.
And that's all you do.
Right.
Me.
Oh.
But guess what? The whole world knows.
Yeah.
except for your paid PR.
Yeah.
Flying shit-stained monkey squad, fucking Sussex squad.
Yeah.
That's the only people that like you.
Right.
Because they drank the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
And your bullshit race card.
Yes.
And your poor me victim fucking card.
Yes.
And it's never going to change, Meghan.
Right.
Never going to change. And the best part about that, Meghan,
God.
is it's always going to be too late to try and pull another Netflix deal out of your fucking tight ass to try and get sympathy trying to make up with your dad. Not going to happen.
I don't
Nobody's
think
going to buy another fucking thing you try and sell. So,
I'll be honest, I don't think she gives you a second thought. I really don't. I don't think she gives you or her dad or sister a second thought. She's basically moved on. She's got a right to do that. I mean, she's moved on from Sussex. She calls herself the Duchess of Sussex. Now it's my turn, Mark. What's your name? What is his name? Tom. Yeah, it's my turn, Tom. She's never been to Sussex. She's never been to Sussex. But I'm allowed to say that, and she's allowed to do it. You're allowed to say what you've said. She's still allowed to do it. You can't control what people do. It's just done. It's done. You can control what you do and how you react. And I would say the strongest thing you could ever do is to say nothing and move on and just behave like she doesn't exist. Because that's what she does with you. To her, you don't exist. In many ways, I don't think you've ever existed to her. And that is different insights that I've got about your family, which have been put out there by all of you. I know you've all sort of gathered back and, what is it they call, circled the wagons, haven't you, darlings? You have rather circled the wagons. But once you uncircle them and look between the flaps, you can see that, yeah, you can discern what was going on. And it's probably a familiar story to millions and millions and millions of families across the world, not just yours. But this isn't helping. It doesn't help. It demeans you. It demeans us for having to listen to the shit. Right? It's insulting.
on that happy note, can we have a round of applause?
Right? For who are we clapping? Who?
Yes.
Yes?
So.
Right?
But, now that I got that off my chest, now we can get on to...
Listen to this. Crack up with
making
this.
more content. I'm going to make some awesome videos. I promise you guys.
Yeah.
There is so much to see. So many locations. I mean, so many countries to go to. And just so everybody knows, thank God Meghan paid me that $6 million to shut me up.
Right.
So I wouldn't say anything bad about the stupid fucking bitch.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, she paid me $6 million according to her PR news outlet or whatever.
Right.
She paid me to shut up. Right. So why in the world would I sit here and call her the fucking...
Well, I think she paid old Dorito toenails, didn't she? If anything, there is a sort of modicum of blame that I put with her, because didn't she used to say to Mr. Markle, when Meghan was a baby, it's us three little chicks now. It's me, you, and the baby, three little chicks, or something like that, which is kind of embryonic way of a toddler realising that these people are interlopers. And I think Mr. Markle, he was just, he had a penchant, didn't he? Let's say a penchant for much younger women. So basically, the age he was when he was with Dorito, in my opinion, if you want my opinion, was inappropriate. There you go, it's inappropriate. So again, not only have you got two different generations of siblings, but you've got two completely different generations of parents. Let's go. Let's go,
come ridiculous on. Piece of shit fucking human being on the planet.
Right.
I don't know. Wouldn't know. But she deserves that because of what she did to me and my family.
Right.
So... Go ahead and sue me, bitch, because it's true.
Yep.
And you can't sue me because it's fucking true
Sue.
You know it.
Sue who?
So you can take all your embezzled fucking bullshit charity fucking Archwell money and stuff it up that nasty cobweb hole that's between your legs. Sue me, cunt. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Right,
I'll rest my peace there. I think I've said enough. It basically goes on in this vein, but if you notice, he was going to change the subject and talk about forward views and things that he was looking forward to doing. And of course, the vitriol and the poison is so deep, he's so bitter, he's so twisted, he just can't turn away from it for a minute. I think he should use some of the money that he's obviously got from the largesse of the great Lady Campbell and her Go Griff Fund, which was for Thomas Markle. Not quite sure what happened. But anyway, he seems to be sat in a rather nice hotel room, and I've seen some footage of him. He seems to be somewhere. that hot. And it doesn't look Mediterranean. Let's put it that way. It looks like the sort of place where for very little money you can get a lot. Shall I say that? Is that the right way to put it? I'm being polite. I live in Sussex, you know, darlings. I do. I'm being frightfully polite. So for very little amount of money, one can live like a king, one can. So that's the idea, that's my opinion, that's what I discern, reading between the lines. And and everybody is a see you next Tuesday, you see? Or was it Meghan that's a see you next Tuesday? Well, we knew that anyway, you don't need to underline that, darling, we all know that. But she's a female and I'm a female and she's our see you next Tuesday. Yeah, we get to call her that, not you. It's very rude, not very becoming. And you look like you're my age, actually. You do, darling, you do. You look like we're very much of the same era. And it isn't good, I mean, if you haven't got anything nice to say, it might be best, in the situation that you presently, at this moment, find yourself, it may be best if you don't say anything. And you hold all your power in the silence. Silence is very powerful. Silence, I've been assured, is violence. It's an exquisite form of violence that's totally legal. And if you take any advice from me, Mr. Markle, just stop flapping your gums. Let her get on and make a bleeding fool of herself in front of the world. You go off and do your enterprises. You got a little nest egg. Stop giving it the Johnny Big Bollocks. It's almost like you've got these ideas but you can't get your head out of the bleeding bottle. Yeah? Put the bottle down, take your nest egg and go and do the fruition. Actualise. Do something. Be better. Maybe in 5 years we'll all be talking about Thomas Markle and his documentaries and not talking about his stupid bleeding half-sister. The bleeding little chicken legs, which I will agree on that. That is the thing. And I can say that, you see, I'm allowed to. So, anyway, with that, I think I'm going to love you and leave you. I've said enough. I don't think I've said anything that's going to mean I have to avoid tunnels. But the good news is, I don't envisage going under any tunnels just yet. But when I do, and if I do, I'll let you know. Bye-bye now, love you and leave you. Do have a great rest of the day, darlings. Bye-bye.